All right, Shalom. Before we start, I'm going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to you, the hopeful elect. Shalom to you, brothers out there that's doing the work and laboring. Excuse me. And shalom to you, sincere sisters that's out here listening and learning. May the choice of election come upon your households. All right, and the title, we're back with another video. And the title of this video will be called Queen of Heaven Spirit is Back Today. All right, the Queen of Heaven Spirit, or, woman worship is back today. All right, because it was in time past, that the Israelites were sacrificing, the to the Queen of Heaven, the goddess. All right, and now you got these guys out here, these niggas. All right, that worship these women. All right, these what they call it. It's a called simps. All right, you got simps out here that let women do whatever. All right, and we can look at that word actually. Define simp.
Simp.
It says a silly or foolish person. What does simp mean in slang? Simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. All right, the word simp is meant to troll young men for doing anything for a girl to get some action he supposedly deserves. All right, so you got men, simps out here, man. All right, that just go hard for women. All right, that's submissive to women, that that kiss the ground she walk on, man. All right, and they got simp card, right? It says down here, simp. Simp is an internet slang term describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention toward another person, typically someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit or affection or a sexual relationship. All right, so you're doing all these things for a person, but they just don't care for you, but you still continue to pursue them, because still continue to, do things for them. All right, although they don't care about you, right? Especially the men, you know. So as we read, a men, it says a simp are men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. All right, so that's what a simp is, and I got this video we're gonna play. All right, stay tuned.
Simp culture that got women acting the way they act. So even though we get on the women, we make them take their accountability. We got to make men take accountability too. Because I see it. I see the homegirls DM. They showing me. Niggas, they never.
And that's true. All right, we do get on the women, acting out of order. All right, being the demons they are. But we also got to get on the men as well. Got to get on these guys. All right. Doing too much for women, man. All right, now let me say there's nothing wrong with loving a woman that, getting a woman that you love or doing things for. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, but when you go out your way to do things for women that you don't even know, all right, you flying them out, buying them, trying to get the best designer stuff, just going out on an all-out shopping spree, giving them money just because. Nah, man, you're doing too much. All right, so let me replay that, Salakia.
This simp culture that got women acting the way they act. So even though we get on the women, we make them take their accountability. We got to make men take accountability too. Because I see it. I see the homegirls DM. They showing me. Niggas they never met.
And they're going crazy.
Never met. I'm talking about Cash App. Here go 500, beautiful. Go get your nails and hairs done. Never fucking met this woman. Hey, daddy, I broke my phone.
Yeah.
$1,000. Go get a new one. I'm reading the DM. I'm ready to fly you out, take you shot. Knowing he's not finna fuck either. Like, they doing this shit. So when bitches is online talking the way they talk, believe it. It's a fucking simp out there validating what they're saying and really giving these bitches money. So a regular guy don't stand a chance. This nigga is in Timbuktu Cash apping her $1,500 for nothing, just for the conversation.
You know, and some guys, that live here in America, a woman could live on the East Coast, he live in the West Coast, he live in like Cali or something, or Texas, or wherever. It could be all over, or it could be on the same side, but they live like one that lives in Florida and one, the man lives in Florida or the woman lives, somewhere in the north, just cash apping her, mad bread, just because she looks good, all right, and to keep the conversation going because I believe men like that, they never they never really got women they were younger. All right, so they try to do whatever they can. They got money now, and, they try to get women, and that's why these women act like that. So it's a little on the same. It goes both ways, man. These women do act out of order, all right, but these men are they the same way, man. It was all it's Esau, all right. Babylon, you in Babylon the Great, all right, but yeah, man, it's going too far. That's why the Lord's gonna come back and destroy this place, so the women can be back in their rightful order, and the men back in their rightful order. All right, and the Lord don't deal with simps. All right, and before some of us came in the truth, we was like that. All right, we had a woman we loved. All right, we doing things for her, but we was in relationships. All right, I myself, I wasn't in a lot of relationships like that, but I wasn't to say I was a simp, but the women I like, I'll try to do things for them. But hey, it is what it is. But I got some scriptures. We can get Jeremiah. All right, 7. And it was at 18. Jeremiah 7:18. I'm gonna start at 16. It says, "Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets in Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger." Right? It said, "Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces?" Right? So these people back then the Israelites were making cakes and offering up to the Queen of Heaven. All right. The Queen of Heaven could be different gods. All right. Matter of fact, Queen of, I had it up, but it says Queen of Heaven is a title given to the Virgin Mary by Christians mainly of the Catholic Church and to a lesser extent and Anglicanism, Lutheranism, and Eastern Orthodoxy. It says Queen of Heaven is a title given to the Virgin Mary by Christians, mainly of the Catholic Church, and to a lesser extent in Anglicanism, I'll try saying these words, Lutheranism, and Eastern Orthodoxy. The title has been a long tradition included in prayers and devotional literature, and seen in Western art and subject, yada yada yada. All right, but I also seen that it was Isis, Ishtar, right? All these other goddesses. So let's get this. Let's read that in the GNT. So these men, man, it is simp culture going on. They just doing things out of their way for women. Jeremiah 7:16. The Lord said, Jeremiah, do not pray for these people. Do not cry or pray on their behalf. Do not plead with me, for I will not listen to you. Don't you see what they are doing in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather firewood, the men build fires, and the women makes dough to bake cakes for the goddess they call the Queen of Heaven. They also pour out offerings to wine to other gods in order to hurt me. But am I really, Salakia? But am I really the one they are hurting? No, they are hurting themselves and bringing shame on themselves. All right, and so I, the sovereign Lord, will pour out my fierce anger on this temple. I will pour it out on my people and animals alike, and even on the trees and the crops. My anger will be like a fire that no one can put out. All right, you know that's a sin, man, because the Lord said, let's get it. Oh, it's the wrong one. Exodus 20. It says, "Thou shalt not have no other gods before me." All right, no, you're not supposed to have no other gods before the Lord or worship Him. Right. Let me see if I can. Deuteronomy 8 and 19, it says, "It shall be if thou do all." It says, "And it shall be," verse 19, "It shall be if thou do at all forget the Lord Yahweh thy power, and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish." All right, and you know they was worshiping other gods, following after other gods, right? And the Lord punished us, and that's why we're in the situation we're in right now, because we didn't obey the Lord. This is Jeremiah 44 and 17. Sorry, 16. It says, "As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee." Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 15. Then all the men, matter of fact, so I gotta start at 14. It says, man. I'm gonna start at 15. It says, "Then all the men which knew that their wives had burnt incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt and in Pathros, and answered Jeremiah, saying, As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord Yahweh, we will not hearken unto thee, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals, and were well, and saw no evil. But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things, and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burnt incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men? Read that in NLT. It says, "Besides," the women added, "do you suppose that we were burning incense and pouring out liquid offerings to the Queen of Heaven, and making cakes marked with her image without our husbands knowing it and helping us?" So they was helping them out, you know. So the men were they were guilty of it too. Calamity for the Jews. Then Jeremiah sent to all the people, to the men and to the women, and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying, The incense that ye burn in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings, and your princes, and the people of the land, did not the Lord Yahweh remember them, and came it not into his mind, so that the Lord Yahweh could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings, and because of the abominations which ye have committed. Therefore is your land a desolation and an astonishment, and a curse without inhabitant, as at this day. Because ye have burnt incense, and because ye have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord, nor walk in his ways, Salaki, nor walk in his law, nor in his statutes, nor in his testimonies, therefore this evil has happened unto you, as at this day. Moreover, Jeremiah said unto all the people and to all the women, hear the word of the Lord, all Judah that are in the land of Egypt. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, saying, Ye and your wives have both spoken with your mouths and fulfilled with your hands, saying, We will surely perform our vows that we have vowed, to burn incense to the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Ye will surely accomplish your vows, and surely perform your vows. Therefore hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh, all Judah that dwell in the land of Egypt. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, said the Lord, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah. Salakia. Read that again. Behold, I have sworn by my great name, said the Lord Yahweh, that my name shall no more be named in the mouth of any man of Judah in all the land of Egypt, saying, The Lord power liveth. Behold, I will watch over them for evil and not for good. And all the men of Judah that are in the land of Egypt shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, until there be an end of them. All right. And that's what happened when you sin against the Lord. All right, and don't listen to his prophets. You know. But ultimately the men and the women too, but the men, got caught up in got punished for that. Because they were letting them wives do it, and they joined unto them. They was guilty with them. Let's read this in NLT. Lewd is edifying. All right. Jeremiah 44, where I started at 15. It says, oh man. I'll start at 13. I says, I will punish those who live in Egypt, just as I punished Jerusalem with war, starvation, and disease. None of the people of Judah who are left and have come to Egypt to live will escape or survive. Not one of them will return to Judah, where they long to live once again. No one will return except a few refugees. Then all the men who knew that their wives offered sacrifices to other gods, so they knew, and all the women who were standing there, including the Israelites who lived in southern Egypt, a large crowd and all, said to me, We refuse to listen to what you have told us in the name of the Lord. We will do everything that we said we would. We will offer a sacrifice to our goddess, the Queen of Heaven, and we will pour out wine offerings to her, just as we and our ancestors, our king and our leaders, used to do in the towns of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. Then we had plenty of food, we were prosperous, and had no trouble. So basically they told the Lord, we don't need you. That's basically what they said. And this is why we're in the position we're in, right? And that's crazy, man. All right. I lost for words. Verse 18. But ever since we stopped sacrificing, and that's how our people are today. They don't want to listen to the words of the Lord. They don't want to hear the words of the Lord. They rather do what they want to do. That stiff necked and rebellious people. But verse 18. But ever since we stopped sacrificing to the Queen of Heaven and stopped pouring out wine offerings to her, we had nothing. We have had nothing, and our people have died in war and of starvation. And the woman added, When we baked cakes shaped like the Queen of Heaven, offered sacrifices to her, and poured out wine offerings to her, our husbands approved of what we were doing. All right. So that the husbands were approving this. Simps. And they're back today. All right. Letting the woman do whatever. Run all over them. Curse them out. All right. That was the point. You could read the rest. All right. But yeah, man, the simp culture, is back today, man. The Queen of Heaven worship, women worship. All right, the men. It says in First Ezra, we're gonna read about that men go out of their wits for women. They go out away from women. All right, but the man is supposed to rule over the woman, not the other way around. Matter of fact, the woman is supposed to worship the man. Abraham called not Abraham, Salakia. Let me see if I can find that. I don't want to mess it up. see if that pops up. Nope. I think it's in Hebrews. Hebrews, what's that, 11? It's a scripture where it says that Sarah called, I think, Abraham Lord. Not saying that you're supposed to, you call your husband Lord. That's if you want to, but she knew her role. But I can't find it right now. But yeah, man, it's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be the because the man is over the woman. All right, let's get First Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you now, Salakia. But I will have you know that the head of every man is the anointed, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of the anointed is the Most High. All right, the head of the woman is the man. The man is the head. All right, but you got these niggas today that's putting the woman over them. Oh, the black woman is God, right? Worshiping women, man. With that women worship. All right, so it's not supposed to be like this. It's out of order. It says Christian order, but it's Israelite order. All right, but let's get that First Esdras 4, and I'll start at 13. It says, then the third who spake of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. It says, O ye men, is it not? It's like, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear by rule. Salakia. Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yet, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on and let me slow down. Verse 19 again. And letting all those things go, do they not gape, even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or goodly thing, or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his country, and his own country, that cleaveth unto his wife, and cleaveth unto his wife. All right, and that it's a man that's spoken about in Genesis. A man will leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife. All right, it says he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yet a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail up the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath spoil and rob, he bringeth to his love. Right. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and became servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. All right, and that's a lot of these beefs go out here because of a woman, beefing over a woman. If you sleep with a lot of these guys, really love their wives. All right, when you got men out here who want to sleep with another man's wife, now it's stuff goes on. Let's get this in an NLT. I said NLT, GNT. And then that'll be it. Lord willing, it was edifying. All right. where I started at 13. Second just 413 GNT. The bodyguard who had written about women and the truth, it was Zerubbabel, spoke last. Gentlemen, he began, the emperor is certainly powerful. Men are numerous and wine is strong. But who rules and controls them all? It is women. Women gave birth to the emperor and all the men who rule over the land and sea. Women brought them into the world. Women brought up the men who planted the vineyards from which wine comes. Women make the clothes that men wear. Women bring honor to men. In fact, without women, men couldn't live. Men may accumulate silver or gold or other beautiful things, but if they see a woman with a pretty face or a good figure, they will leave it all to gape and stare, and they will desire her more than their wealth, Salakia. A man will leave his own father, who brought him up, and leave his own country to get married. He'll forget his father, his mother, and his country to spend the rest of his life with his wife. So you must recognize that women are your masters. Don't you work and sweat and then take all that you have earned and give it to your wives? A man will take his sword and go out to attack, rob, and steal and sail the seas and rivers. He may have to face lions or travel in the dark, but when he has robbed, stolen, and plundered, he will bring the loot home to the woman he loves. And then speaking of his wife, all right, not for some old any old woman. It says a man loves his wife more than his parents. Verse 26, some men are driven out of their minds. Some men are driven out of their minds on account of a woman, and others become slaves for the sake of the woman. It says others have been put to death, have ruined their lives, or committed crimes because of a woman. And that's how you see it today. All right? Being simps out here, doing too much. All right? Trying to, they ruin their lives for women. All right? They, kill over their women. They're now sitting in jail over a woman, beefing over a woman. All right? When being simps, man. And like we saw that video, all right? The simp culture is they got the women acting way different, So we do get on the women, but we also gotta get on these men. All right? Be a man. If you can't find a woman right now, they'll come. They're coming soon. All right, so we gotta wait our turn, man. All right, but hey, that's all I got. I want to bring that out. Lord willing is edifying. I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the whole full elect. All right, Lord willing is edifying. Until the next video, Shalom.